Emma wakes up to the soft sound of her alarm and stretches in her small apartment. She decides to walk to the bakery instead of taking the bus to enjoy the crisp morning air. As she walks, she notices how quiet the streets are and how the fog makes everything look a little mysterious. She hums a happy tune, thinking today will be just like any other day, unaware that today will feel strangely different. Turning a corner, Emma notices a man standing under a street lamp. He is dressed plainly, but something about the way he watches her makes her shiver. His gaze feels too intense for a stranger passing by. He smiles briefly before looking away, and Emma feels a chill run down her spine, though she tries to shake it off and keep walking. As she passes the coffee shop, she hears someone whisper her name, "Emma!" She freezes and looks around, but nobody is there. The air feels colder suddenly, and her heartbeat quickens. She tells herself it must be her imagination and continues walking, but she can't shake the feeling that someone is paying very close attention to her. Later that day, Emma comes home to find a small folded note slipped under her apartment door. With trembling hands, she opens it. The words, "I know your secret," are written in neat handwriting. She looks around her empty apartment, feeling a mix of fear and confusion. She has no idea what secret the note could be referring to, and the thought of someone watching her makes her uneasy. The next morning, Emma visits the bakery and tells her best friend Sarah about the note. Sarah laughs nervously and says maybe it's a secret admirer, but Emma can't bring herself to smile. The thought of someone following her and knowing things she hasn't told anyone makes her stomach twist. Sarah promises to help her, but Emma still feels alone and anxious. That afternoon, while walking through the park, Emma notices the same stranger again sitting on a bench far away. When their eyes meet, he tips his hat and says softly, "Nice day, Emma." She freezes. He knows her name. How does he know her name? Her imagination races, and the park suddenly feels like a stage where someone else is controlling the scene. Emma's phone rings. The number is unknown. She hesitates but answers. A calm voice says, "Stop looking around. Meet me at the old bridge at 7 p.m. Emma's stomach drops. She wants to hang up, but a strange curiosity pulls her in. She wonders what could possibly happen at the bridge and whether she should go or stay safe at home. The next day, Emma asks neighbors if they have seen anyone unusual around the building. Most shake their heads, but one elderly woman mentions a man who often walks by, watching from a distance. Emma feels a mix of fear and validation. She realizes this is not random. Someone has been keeping an eye on her for weeks. The feeling of being followed sends shivers down her spine. Emma confides everything to Sarah: the note, the phone call, the stranger. Sarah insists on coming along to the bridge for safety. They plan their route carefully, agreeing to meet in the shadows and stay alert. Emma feels nervous but also relieved to have someone she trusts by her side. For the first time, she feels like she won't face this unknown alone. At 7 p.m., fog drifts over the old bridge, making it look almost unreal. Emma and Sarah arrive quietly and spot the stranger waiting. He does not move, but his presence is calm and unthreatening. He says softly, "Do not be afraid. I am here to help you." Emma feels a shiver of fear mixed with curiosity, unsure if she should trust him. The stranger hands Emma a small wooden box. Inside is a photo of her as a child with a man she does not remember. Her eyes widen in shock. The stranger says, "He wanted you safe. That is why I am here." Emma feels her heart ache. Who is this man, and why has no one told her about him before? Questions swirl in her mind, and her fear begins to mix with sadness. The stranger explains that he was a close friend of her father, who disappeared when Emma was 5. He has been watching over her secretly to keep her safe from people who wanted to hurt her. Emma's mind races as she tries to remember her father and the brief memories she has of him. She feels a strange combination of fear, gratitude, and longing. Emma realizes the stranger knew her name not to scare her, but because he cared. Tears fill her eyes as she thinks of the father she barely remembers and the years of protection she never knew she had. She hugs the stranger, feeling the weight of both fear and comfort at the same time. The world feels bigger and more complicated than she ever imagined. Emma decides to trust the stranger. They walk back together slowly, talking about her father and the old memories that are coming back to her. For the first time in a long while, she feels safe walking the streets. The fog feels less threatening, and the city seems almost magical in the quiet of the evening. Back in her apartment, Emma feels hope for the first time in years. She is no longer scared of being watched because she knows someone is silently protecting her. Yet, a small part of her wonders if the danger has truly passed, or if it is only waiting for the right moment to return. She looks out the window at the darkened street, a mix of fear and curiosity dancing in her heart.